All right, before Christmas break, we started learning our measurement unit. Who remembers which part of this star chart we were learning right before Christmas? It's right in here. We did area, we did basic area, and then what did we do? We did volume. We never got to take a test over volume, yes? So what we're going to do this week for today and tomorrow is we're going to review these three formulas. We're going to review today and tomorrow, and then you're going to take a little quiz on Friday. A volume of a cylinder, so I want you to put a box around cylinder. You're going to do volume of a cone, and you're going to do volume of a sphere. Those are the three shapes that you must know in 8th grade math for volume. So I don't know why prism and pyramid is on here because we don't do them in 8th grade. But that's the formula that you can use. Are everybody good? Remember that this star chart is your recipe that you must follow. But anytime you see a big B, we learned that you have to replace it with something. Yes or no? Anytime you see a big B, you have to replace it with something. Does anybody remember what big B means? And do not say base. It means something about the base. That has a piece of it. What does big B mean? It has something to do with the base, but what is it? It's the area of the base. Very good. So, anytime you see big B means area of the base. So, everybody go up to the section that's called area. And I want you to write, this section is for big B. And big B means area of the base. Write that down. I don't see everybody writing. So these formulas are the formulas you learned in probably 3rd through 7th grade. These will be used for big B, the area of the base. Are we good? All right, go to your notes that I gave you, and let's go through each shape that you're going to be responsible for. This first shape is called a sphere. So I want you to go to your star chart and find the formula for volume of a sphere. Does everybody see it? We're going to write this formula down. 4/3 pi r cubed. 4/3 pi r cubed. Where did I get this formula from? Where did I get this formula from? My star chart. I got it from my star chart. All right, so I'm going to do 4/3 times pi, and what does r mean? Radius. And radius is what? Halfway through the circle. Write that down. Radius is halfway through a circle. So did they give you the radius right here? Yes or no? No. What did they give you? The diameter, because this goes all the way. So you have to take 8 and cut it in half. Divide it by 2. What is 8 divided by 2? 4. My radius, so mark that out and put my radius is 4. That's halfway through a circle. All right, so now I'm going to do my formula. 4/3 times pi times my radius, which was 4, to the 3rd power. And go ahead and leave your calculator in float 2, because your answers on your assignment today will be rounded to the nearest 100. So everybody look, we were in mode float 2. All right, so here we go. 4/3, tab out, times pi. Everybody remembers where pi is? Times 4, carry it up to the third power. And there's my answer. Did everybody get that? 268.08 millimeters cubed, because that's just the proper way to write it. Any questions on spheres? What do you do if it goes all the way through the circle? You've got to divide it by 2 first. All right, this next shape is called a cylinder. Everybody go to your star chart. Find volume of a cylinder. Go to your formula. What is it? But we have to replace the B with something, yes? Because big B means area of the base. Well, look at this shape. What kind of base is this? It's a circle. So I go up here. What's the formula for area of a circle? So instead of writing BH, what am I going to write? Pi r squared h. This piece right here replaced the B. Write that on your star chart, because if you memorize it, you'll never have to know what to replace big B with. You'll just replace it. You'll just write it down. Do y'all understand that we replaced B with pi r squared, yes? All right, so let's go write that formula down. This is a cylinder. The formula is BH, but we replaced this B with what? Pi r squared, and then multiplied it times h. Are we good? So I need a radius and a height. Where does the radius always come from? The circle, yes? Here's the circle. Did they give you a radius which is halfway through? All right, so I'm going to do pi times, this is my radius, so times 8. What do I have to do to this 8? What did they say you have to do to the radius? No, look guys, what does it say? Radius to the power of 2. So I got to do radius squared times, what is the height? 15. You type that in your calculator, and that is your answer. All right, pi times 8 squared times 15. Did everybody get 3,015.93? Yes or no? All right, centimeters cubed, because volume is always written as a unit cubed. Any questions? Our last shape is called a cone. So go to your star chart under volume and find cone. I need everybody with me on the star chart. What is the formula for a cone? 1/3. So do y'all see B again? What do we have to do when there's a big B? We got to replace it with the area of the base. Everybody look at a cone. What kind of base does this have? So are we going to use pi r squared again? All right, so let's change it on our star chart. So instead of 1/3 BH, we're going to have 1/3 pi r squared h. This piece right here replaced the B, just like we did for a cylinder. Y'all better write that on your star chart so you don't have to know it anymore. So go to your paper and write the formula is 1/3 BH, but we're going to replace that B with pi r squared. So that replaced the B. All right, where does the radius have to come from? The circle. Here's the circle. Did they give me a radius? So this is my R. Oh, excuse me. It's my R. What is this 18? my height. That 18's pointing to that thing right there. All right, so I'm doing 1/3 times pi times 7. What do I have to do to this 7? Square it times 18. My answer is 923.63. Did they give you a unit? No. So I'm just going to put units cubed just because it's the proper way to write it. Because they didn't give me centimeters or inches or anything. All right, your assignment will be found on the Google Classroom. There is no hard copy today. I'm going to give you a piece of paper that looks like this. Let me show y'all. Okay, because on the STAR test, do you get a piece of paper with all the questions? No. You will have scratch paper that looks something like this. So for number 1, you're going to write your formula. If it's a sphere, you're going to write 4/3 pi r cubed, yes? You're going to show your work, and then you're going to write the answer that you type in your computer. That way, before you hit submit, what are you going to come do? Get it checked with me so you can make 100, yes? So don't hit submit until you get your answers checked with me. Does everybody understand? Yes or no? Okay.